Welcome to EYE on Sci-Fi Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 234 of EYE on Sci-Fi Podcast, the podcast where we share with you terrific indie science fiction and fantasy, online short films, web series, and other closely related media. We also, on occasion, have conversations with the talented and interesting creators who are producing terrific indie speculative work. Thank you for joining me. And I hope that everyone had a happy and wonderful holiday season. We were on holiday hiatus for several weeks, but we are back. And I want to wish everyone a very safe, happy, and prosperous new year. And in order to kick off the new year, I wanted to reflect on the top 5 science fiction and fantasy television series that debuted last year that I believe should be on every fan's must-watch list. Now, 2024 had been particularly tumultuous, and the new sci-fi and fantasy television series that debuted reflect that temperature. From an animated allegory about an ostracized, marginalized group to a vision of a deranged post-apocalyptic future resulting from late-stage capitalism, 2024 saw the introduction of remarkable and affecting sci-fi and fantasy series. The following are the top 5 sci-fi and fantasy television series of 2024 that I believe, again, should be on your must-watch list. And we're going to kick off the list with Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix. Several years ago, when Netflix announced it had commissioned a live-action adaptation of the beloved animated series Avatar: The Last Airbender, many were skeptical, and I was part of that group. Avatar is arguably one of the best animated series ever produced. Considering the negative reception of M. Night Shyamalan's live-action feature film adaptation, fans of the animated series had every right to be wary of this latest project. But when Avatar: The Last Airbender debuted on Netflix at the first of 2024, I believe the streamer succeeded in pulling off what many doubted could be done: a live-action adaptation that is not perfect, but is engaging and fun. The series' success is due to the writers respecting the source material and being meticulous in replicating its aesthetic. This close attention to detail includes the spot-on casting of the main characters. However, the most important detail the show gets right is where Shyamalan's feature film failed: how the characters bend, telekinetically manipulate the classical 4 elements, air, fire, water, and earth, is identical to the animated series. If this key detail were overlooked, the series would have been considered a misfire by viewers. Now, there were some fan grumblings about storyline changes in the show that differ from the animated series, but it should be understood. Storytelling concessions are often made and are necessary whenever one project is adapted from one medium to another. But in all, Avatar retains and honors what made the animated series so beloved: its gorgeous visual aesthetic and its thematic focus on the healing power of friendship and chosen family. Next, we have Fallout from Prime Video. Another adaptation, this time from a popular video game franchise. Fallout is a compelling show about society in a bizarre alternate timeline before and after a nuclear holocaust. Via flashbacks, we are introduced to a world frozen in the aesthetics of the late 1950s and early 60s. But what is striking is that technology in this world is a brand of retro-futuristic whimsy, including homes with robot butlers and fusion-powered vehicles. Post-apocalypse, much of the Earth is an irradiated wasteland, with pockets of humanity surviving in vast bunkers underground. Although there are a few survivors, radiation-addled and not, who have managed to eke out an existence above ground. The cast of eccentric characters are unforgettable, especially the disfigured bounty hunter known only as the Ghoul, who is portrayed brilliantly by actor Walton Goggins. As you follow Fallout's menagerie of oddballs and eccentrics on their journeys, there are many plot twists, as well as shocking revelations, including the answer to the central mystery of who is responsible for the nuclear holocaust. With its unique post-apocalyptic setting, zany characters, and intriguing narrative, Fallout is an entertaining romp accessible to both longtime fans of the video games and viewers who are new to the universe. Next up is Agatha All Along on Disney+. Agatha All Along is the spin-off series from WandaVision centering the breakout character Agatha Harkness, portrayed by the magnificent Kathryn Hahn. At the start of the show, Agatha regains her memories stripped from her by the Scarlet Witch at the end of WandaVision. Agatha then realizes she has also lost her magical powers. To regain them, she embarks on a dangerous quest. To assist her, she assembles a coven of witches, women who are as complicated and tortured as she. Agatha All Along is wonderful in its gleeful exploration of the supernatural corners of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With a tender sapphic relationship at its heart, the themes of female empowerment, agency, and chosen fate are explored in a poignant, thrilling, funny, and triumphant saga. It is a journey well worth taking as you join Agatha and her coven as they travel down the Witch's Road. Supercell by Netflix. Supercell is the story of 5 Black South Londoners who wake up one day and realize they have gained superpowers. But instead of putting on spandex and garish costumes, each of these individuals has different reactions to this life-altering development. Some want to figure out how they can capitalize on their new abilities for their benefit, and you can count me in that group. Others are unsettled by the change, denying their new reality to continue to attempt to lead normal lives. But still, others are curious and determined to find out the source of their superhuman abilities. Supercell is entertaining and what the television series Heroes should have been. The show's setting is grounded, reflecting our real world. This grittiness is in stark contrast to the main characters acquiring extraordinary superpowers. There is also a shadowy, clandestine organization after the group. Moreover, a real-world genetic disorder plays a major role in the show. Supercell is also important because of its representation. The show centers Black characters from various walks of life, and it was conceived, produced, and directed by a Black man. Despite the racist complaints from the anti-woke crowd, the fact remains, representation of Black people and other marginalized groups in the media is vital. It is crucial to tell stories reflecting a fuller, richer range of human experiences. If you enjoy complex characters, dazzling visual effects, charged superhero action, and intense drama, give Supercell a watch. And last but definitely not least on the list is X-Men 97 on Disney+. Now, I am a comic book head. I love the X-Men comics, and I also watched the X-Men animated series from the 90s. I remember it fondly. So when I heard about a continuation of that series in the style of the original show, I thought, yeah, that's cool. What I did not anticipate was the awesomeness that is X-Men 97. This animated series continuation is everything that makes the X-Men one of the most popular superhero comic book series of all time. It is a saga that has transcended the pages of comic books to become a pop culture icon. X-Men 97 is quintessentially X-Men. The show is about a band of superhuman misfits who are part of a marginalized community. Inherent in this theme are complicated interpersonal dynamics, producing a brand of high soap opera-ish drama that is a hallmark of X-Men stories. But not to worry, though. The show also comes correct with plenty of trademark bombastic superhero action. If there are people in your life who believe animated series are just for kids, show them X-Men 97. This series has something for everyone. X-Men 97 is marvelous, pun intended, and tops my list of must-watch sci-fi and fantasy television shows of 2024. Okay, that's it for this episode, everyone. Thank you for joining me. And make sure to visit the link tree in the show notes of this episode so that you can explore all of our other podcast episodes in our archive. You can also visit our website, the7thmatrix.com, and you can also check out all of the other terrific indie short films, web series, and other closely related media that we've curated there on the site. I also want you to sign up for our free micro newsletter. Monday through Friday, we will send you a single newsworthy item about the genre that we believe you will enjoy. So it can be a book, film, or television series recommendation, a podcast episode, either EYE on Sci-Fi or another podcast related to science fiction and fantasy and more. And to show our appreciation for you becoming a subscriber and supporting us in this way, you will receive a free gift from us. And finally, please make sure to leave us a review and rating wherever you get your podcast, because that does help others find us, and we appreciate that a great deal. Oh, and one more thing. We also need your kind and generous support in order to continue to do the work that we do here at EYE on Sci-Fi Podcast and over at the7thmatrix.com. And again, we thank you for that. So until next time, everyone, again, Happy New Year. Make sure to take a break, escape the mundane, and enter the fantastic. Take care.